You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone.
Hey there YouTube, this is Sunday for Sunday Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing John Wick 3, Parabellum. So, I have not seen John Wick 1 and 2, and I don't know if because I haven't seen those, I missed anything in the scenes that were shown later on, building a story for John Wick himself. So the first thing we get to see is he's trying to beat the clock to get somewhere. It's him and his dog, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, stuck in traffic, I can't be stuck in traffic, so he's got to hand the dog off to the taxi driver to bring him to the Continental Hotel. Apparently that's what they would call consecrated ground, similar to the Highlander series, where you couldn't kill anybody inside churches. Same thing, you can't spill any blood inside the hotel that's consecrated. So we get to see some quick set pieces of John fighting. There's a lot of shooting, there's a lot of knifing, especially in the first couple scenes. It's a lot of interesting hand-to-hand combat throughout the entire film as well, but we get to see some really cool things with the knives. One thing I'm not a big fan of is CGI blood. Fortunately, they keep the screen time for the blood effects to a minimum, so to me it reduces the negative visual impact that I get from it. Overall, it's a pretty straightforward, basic film. He's our anti-hero trying to go through and get redemption. Apparently he broke some rules against what's called the High Table, and they're this overarching group that apparently is kind of like the Illuminati, or the conspiracies for the Illuminati, where they got all these people controlling different things, and everybody else that works for them have to follow a certain set of rules. If you break the rules, then you have to pay the consequences. And this, hey, and this theme is brought up over and over again through the film, and you get to see what it means and where they go with it. If you want to see a lot of action, this is definitely the film for you. It's pretty light on in-depth dialogue. There's dialogue that just moves the plot along, and I don't know if, because I haven't seen the first two films, what I've not connecting with John Wick 1 and 2 along with the third film. Now at the very end of the film they leave it open so they can make a John Wick 4, so that's a possibility, or they could just end it the way it is. I would say my opinion of this film is it's good on action, but it's not a great action film. Like when The Matrix came out, it was really groundbreaking in the different style of both the feel of the film, and as well as the fight scenes, and that had a lot of action in it, but it was all spaced out. This one, it's like they took a bucket full of action, just dumped it right in the camera. It's really cool to see all the different locations they do, because it starts out in New York City, and you get to see a lot of cool scenes from there, from the I don't know if it's Fifth Avenue or wherever that main or 42nd Avenue, wherever they got all those electronic billboards, all the way through horse stables, to him riding a horse through New York, to him going to Morocco, to him having to go in the desert, to him going back to New York and going into different set locations there. My overall grade for the film, I would definitely give it a solid B. One thing that to me sets apart a film is going to be your soundtrack, and I think for me it would need to have more space in between the action scenes. I mean, there's one way to do that, and that's by cutting down certain scenes to make them shorter, and then you add more, I would say, calm padding, if you will. But if that's what you're interested in, you like lots of action, definitely go for it. You get to see Halle Berry and Lawrence Fishburne, as well as some other people. Derek Dacascos, I believe he was in the Crow TV series. And I'm going to be going ahead and continuing doing more reviews. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button, throw a comment down below. If you like watching my reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell, so you can get notifications. And I will see you in the next review.